Welcome to the MyBusiness Podcast, where we sit down with local businesses and we talk about who they are, where they come from, and what inspires them to be in business.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the MyBusiness Podcast. Now, I'm super excited about our guest today. Now, if you're someone whose kitchen is the heart of your home, or maybe you're just someone who loves to sprinkle a bit of magic on every meal, then you're in for an absolute treat today. We've got Kylie Burnett, the legend behind Flavourista, joining us in the studio. Now, this is a company that's been mixing, blending and dishing out some of the most delicious flavours right here on the Gold Coast. Kylie, welcome to the Pod Pro Studios and welcome to the My Business Podcast.
Thank you, Adam. So excited to be here.
Fantastic. Are you ready to spice things up?
Let's do it.
Excellent. So tell us your story. Tell us the story behind Flavourista. What sparked the idea to start this flavour-packed adventure?
Well, I don't know how far back to go. I'll try and give you the dot points. I've always been very passionate about cooking. I absolutely love it. I've had a lot of very silly videos that I've recorded, even as if I've got my own cooking show. So I've got girlfriends that we muck around with. It goes back probably 30 years.
Wow.
But, you know, the journey along the way brought me to a foodie company that was in direct sales. And so I became a distributor for that company. I was selling the products. I did very well as a salesperson and grew a team with that company. I then went and worked corporately for them. So that was a really amazing experience. And then I left that company, and then about 2 years later, that company closed down. And so Trish, who is the other half of Flavourista, she's the powerhouse as well.
The powerhouse, yep.
So Trish and I just said, you know what, let's do it. We know what to do. We know how to do it. Trish has got a big, long history in food manufacturing. And so we're kind of the perfect couple to, you know, bring this to life. And we've had a lot of fun. We're 6 years old. We've had a lot of amazing experiences, a lot of challenges, as you do in every business.
In every business.
But yes, we're operating here on the Gold Coast. We blend everything ourselves. The only thing we don't make are the olive oils and balsamics, and they are all made exclusively for us by a supplier out at Stanthorpe. So really,
it's all Southeast Queensland.
It is,
and
absolutely.
90% on the Gold Coast.
Correct.
Oh, fantastic. But you must have customers nationwide, I
We
imagine.
do, yes. We have over 1,000 consultants selling the product.
Over 1,000 selling?
Australia-wide, yep. So they market and sell the products. They do that through in-home tastings. They do it with online demonstrations. They do live cooking demos for people who like to get a group together, kind of like a Tupperware party, except they have a food party.
Oh, and you get to eat stuff rather than just put stuff into a Tupperware container. I love it. I love it.
And then we also have consultants who do markets all around Australia as well. So they on-sell the product and they have some amazing displays. We've got every Friday we post where our consultants are going to be at their markets that weekend.
Nice. So you mentioned it's balsamics and a few other things that the handful of things that are manufactured out at Stanthorpe, etc. But give me just a quick run through the range of products that you actually do.
Sure. So we have spice blends. We have different flavoured salt blends. We have flavoured chocolate powders. We've got a couple of sherbet sprinkles that you can use in your baking or in your drinks. We have dessert sauces and toppings. We've got the olive oils and balsamics. We've got some beautiful dukkahs. And so that's the range. But yeah, even with our chocolate powders, like they're lovely to have in a drink, but most of the people who buy our chocolate powders use them in their baking.
I was going to say that I think in talking to you, you know, a bit before we jumped on here, you talk about sprinkles but it's more than that. It's their applications that you guys have found are far and wide, aren't they? It's not
Absolutely.
Just sprinkling it on a salad I mean, you mentioned to me just before we got on, there's one thing here. I think we've got it at the front here that you can put in champagne.
Exactly. It's the Luscious Mango Balsamic.
Oh.
So it's beautiful on your salad. You can drizzle it on a piece of fish or chicken as well, or you can put a dash into your champagne or your orange juice or your vodka and lemonade, whatever you like. They are very versatile.
So you must have serving suggestions and booklets and things that let people know that they're not just the standard uses. You can use them in all sorts of ways.
We sure do. And, you know, one of our biggest things is that we don't just want people to buy the products. We want them to buy them and use them and enjoy them. So we have suggestions on the packaging. For all of our spice blends, we've got 4 recipes for each one that our consultants can email to their customers. Like, we really try and make it very easy for people to use.
Fantastic. Because, look, that brings me to my next question. I mean, your website mentions, and I think there's a theme of the heart of the home.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the kitchen so special to you and your mission?
Because it is really where so much connection happens. And if you can create a great meal for your family and everyone's going, ooh, this is amazing. Oh, my goodness, this tastes so good. I don't think there's any better feeling than that.
How good is good food and people around good food?
Exactly. And, you know, for someone to be able to even make a simple dish with loads of flavour, there's so much pride attached to that when people compliment a meal. I mean, it goes, even chefs need it. Compliments to the chef. Right? So when people can create something that's beautiful, everyone can enjoy it together. You know, I think one of the most common searches on the internet is what's for dinner. And so people are constantly want and need inspiration for great food and how to do it. And so this just takes all of the hard work out of it.
This can zhuzh up ordinary things. Can you help me with my meat and 3 veg that
Of
I do
course.
4 nights a week?
We certainly can. And in fact, you know, my husband and I eat quite simply during the week. We will often have steak and eggs every night.
Yep.
But it tastes different every night because we've got a different flavour on it.
I'm getting very excited here. And I'm sure people at home are too. Let's talk about a couple of your best sellers, your
Yes.
customer faves. Now, I know those to be your roasted garlic smash olive oil,
Yes.
which just sounds amazing, and your French twist onion spice. What makes them such a hit?
Well, the roasted garlic's been a top seller since day one, hands down. It's an intense garlic flavour. You kind of don't need to cook with garlic if you're just going to drizzle that on whatever it is you're cooking. It is such a great balance.
I could drizzle that on everything.
Exactly. It's such a common flavour, and people do comment that it is really superior quality. It's actually an award winner from the Sydney Fine Food Awards.
Really?
Yes. And French Twist is as well at the Royal Hobart Tasmanian Fine Food Awards. So we've got quite a few award-winning products in our range. French Twist is like your classic French onion soup mix, next level.
Really?
Absolutely. And so I think too the beauty with our products is that there's no fillers or anti-caking agents in them. The flavour is really strong. So less is more when you're using our spice blends. But you certainly really notice the flavour, and that's probably one of the biggest pieces of feedback we get from our customers and the people who use the products. They just go, oh my goodness, the flavour is incredible.
Just zings in your mouth.
Exactly.
Oh. You are getting me seriously excited here. Good food is one of the best things in life, and if you can use just something simple to add pizzazz to your everyday meals, I mean, just why wouldn't you? Now, we've all heard about Colonel Sanders and his 11 secret herbs and spices.
Yes, Adam.
You guys have got 55 blends. Now, can you share the secret? How do you go about crafting these things?
Do you know what? It's interesting because every year we bring out about 10 new products, and it could be easy to think, oh, what are we going to do next? And we do have moments like that. But what we believe is that there's an abundance of ideas and flavours and combinations out there. And so we just trust the process. We give everything our best shot. We go, wow, okay, we've done this. This is great. Every year we feel like we do it, bring it to a new level, which we're really proud of. But we always just don't let that scarcity mindset get in the way. We just go, do you know what? There's going to be more. We just know it. And we trust that process. So I might just see something in a magazine and go, oh, that flavour could work well with that. Let's try that.
Well, this is why there's so many cooking shows. If you didn't have that inspiration for new things, cooking shows would be dead. But how many are there?
Exactly.
People come up with new combinations and new flavour combinations all the time.
Yep.
So,
and in fact, one of our so the corn relish spice blend that we just released, that was an idea given to me by a very good friend. She's like, oh, you've got to do, or in fact, she is a chef. So she said, there's got to be someone who can do a corn relish spice blend. I'm like, we can do that.
yeah.
It took a while just for me to think about how that would taste and what ingredients we'd use
How
and
to get the flavour right.
and how to get the proper ingredients, even buying the corn. So it's got real corn pieces in it. We've put pumpkin powder in it for the colour. So there's no artificial colours in it.
Love
So
it.
there's things like that. And it is honestly, I'm just so proud of what we ended up with that product. So
And I want to explain to our listeners, because we were having a look at this this corn blend just before we started, just how this works and how easy it is. that just gets sprinkled into sour cream. You stir it in.
Yes, you
And
put
you-
a tablespoon to a cup, 1 to 2 tablespoons to 1 cup of sour cream, and you can use all of our spice blends as a dip,
Wow.
all different flavours.
So coming back to all those different applications, it's mind-boggling. So you've got a thing called the Pantry Pack.
Yes.
Now that goes out monthly. Is that how does it? And how do you get your inspiration for what that's going to be?
Well, because we've got so many products, so the Pantry Pack subscription is what it is. It's a subscription service, so people can sign up for that. It's basically a way for them to set and forget. So they pay $33 a month, and we deliver
That's
two,
all?
including shipping, yes.
Including shipping.
Yes. And then we deliver 2 products to their door every single month. So they get charged on the 10th. It's shipped on or before the 15th. And so we select the pack. We announce it at the beginning of the month. People who aren't subscribing can also purchase that from their consultant's website if they want to. But on the subscription, it's the set price of $33 a month, including
Can
shipping.
we just pause this for a minute? I had my phone turned off, but I'd like to jump on and subscribe. So flavourista.com.au.
That's it. We can set you up, Adam. So yes, we choose, because we've got so many, we do rotate them. And so we're at a point now where, I think in the last 3 months we've had a double up from a product they might have got 3 years ago. But
Wow.
we would like to think you've used it up by now.
And if that's happening monthly, you said,
Yes.
you wouldn't use all of it in a month. So you're just building a pantry
Correct.
full of your products.
They're new flavours to add to your pantry every single month.
And you'd have your favourites that you reorder in between. And
Yes.
what a fantastic idea. All right, let's talk about these house parties, these
Yes.
hosting. But, these events, how does that happen? How do talk me through what your consultants would do at one of these parties? How does that look?
Adam, it is such a fun, simple thing to do. So basically we ask, as if you were going to host a tasting at your home, we would ask you to invite a few friends along. Now, normally if you were going to have a party, you would prepare some food and you would have to, run yourself ragged before everyone arrives, but we don't ask you to do any of that. We would give you a basic list of ingredients, which would probably be something like a packet of crackers, a French stick, a tub of sour cream, maybe just a litre of cheap ice cream, some lemonade. You have coffee and tea on. You can do the champers, absolutely. And then we would bring the Flavourista products to go with that. So it's very interactive. And when the consultant arrives, I would be saying to you, okay, everyone, welcome. Thank you to our host, Adam. Let's have some fun and let's try these products. So, Adam, can you do me a favour and throw a tablespoon of that corn relish spice blend into the sour cream? Let's mix that up and let it sit for half an hour. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's slice up this bread. Let's get some dukkah and some olive oil and some balsamic. Everyone can have a taste of that. Who wants coffee? Let's add some caramel topping to your coffee or some Irish cream if you like that. And look, if people want to try the sweets, then let's, get everyone have a scoop of ice cream each and sprinkle some of the chocolate powder that you like the look of. You could even, if you want to try some of the spice blends on meat, you could just buy some chicken tenderloins, 500 gram pack. We could put different flavours on that, fry them in the pan. Everyone has a little taste.
Oh, you do different ones.
Exactly. It's all about people being able to try before they buy.
Yep.
And so it really is a discovery session for people, whether they are...
I can just see this, the tenderloins. You've got 5 different ones, 5 different flavours. Cut them up into bite-sized pieces and
You can try the different flavours.
How good. All right. How do you become a flavour? How do you become a Flavourista consultant? I mean, this is a cool gig. And I can now see why you've got 1,000 of them. How does that happen?
Gig.
How do you do that? How do you get involved?
Well, basically you register online. So when you join as a consultant, you're joining to market and sell the products.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have people who purchase for themselves every month. The requirement is 1 order a month.
Yep.
So we do have those who are really keen foodies and they know they're going to shop every month, so they get their consultant discount before they check
even if
out.
you're just going to be a regular customer, you can do that.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, of course, we have people who want to run it as a part-time business for part-time income, and then we have those who run it as a full-time and they have a full-time income from it. So you can just register online. You can join for $0, where you get your own account, you get your own website. So your web, my website, for instance, would be flavourista.com.au/Kylie Burnett.
Yep.
And then I
Makes
can
it
give
easy.
that link to every one of my people, my contacts in Australia. I don't have to be in the same town as them. If I've got friends in WA, they can place an order via my website. then we get a copy of the order, they get a copy of the order, and we ship it direct to them, and we pay your commission that Friday.
Wow.
So then we've got other kit options as well. We've got a $49 kit with samples and a full-size product. We've got a $99 kit and a $149 kit. So it just depends on where people want to get started. If they're really serious, they'll buy that $149 kit to get a really great selection of products.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say that probably our biggest business builders are the ones who do markets and trade shows.
Sure.
They do very, very well. It's probably one of our best kept secrets as far as the income that they get from being in those community markets. And it's surprising how well the ones in the smaller centres do in country towns. Like it's huge for them.
I can imagine. And knowing that it's Australian made and all of that would be, for people to be able to talk and ask all the questions at a market over a stall and see. If you are listening on Spotify, jump on YouTube and have a look at this episode because we've got some excellent products in here. There's the garlic Divino. We've got heaps in here. The banana custard over there.
We've got banana custard chocolate powder. We've got raspberry crumble. We've got some dessert sauce, cappuccino dessert sauce, which is your Flavourista barista.
Do I get to take a couple of these home?
Of course
I'm being a little bit
can.
cheeky
Of course you can.
But look, I want to reconnect with your why.
Yes.
You're all about reconnecting people, with their kitchens. What's your top tip for folks out there wanting to reignite their passion for cooking, and how can Flavourista help with that?
I would encourage people to not overcomplicate it. Pick a really, some of my favourite recipes are the olden style recipes like shepherd's pie or pikelets or lasagna. Like, pick the basics and just get really good at making that. Thank goodness for the internet. There are so many great recipes, and I could look up lasagna and find 500 recipes. But it's about finding a simple one that you know you can do and get good at, and it impresses your whole family. Add some Flavourista Italiano spice blend to it. With one of the beautiful things that you can do with your mince mixture, with your ragu, if you're making lasagna, is to add the Italiano spice blend, but then also drizzle some of that garlic divino through it for that sweetness.
You're making me hungry.
And here's the other thing. I will often pick up just a free magazine from Coles, and Woolies, they do the same thing. They put out a new magazine every single month. There's so many simple recipes in there. Add a little bit of Flavourista. I'm often doing live cooking demos, and I will say, this one's from Coles Mag. We're adding this to it. It works.
Good's that? I was going to ask, do you have YouTube channel? Do you do demonstrations? Is there somewhere people can go to see that?
Yeah, we do 2 a month on our Flavourista Facebook page.
Okay.
I need to get better at posting them to our Facebook account.
You do?
Oh, yes. Maybe you could help me with that, Adam.
Okay.
But yeah, we do it twice a month on a Tuesday night, 7:30 p.m. Queensland time, and it would all be in our Facebook page feed anyway, with the live replays that you can go and watch as well.
Fantastic. Now, we know that there's a big thing out there with dietary requirements and things these days, gluten-free, nut-free. How does Flavourista fit in with all of that?
Well, all of our products are certified gluten-free.
All
of them.
Every one?
Every single one of them.
Holy
moly.
Holy
guacamole.
Holy guac. Really?
They're all
I was
certified.
hoping you'd say, well, we've got a range of, but everyone?
They're all certified gluten-free. They're nut-free. They are preservative-free. I'm saying preservative-free. Forgive me. All of the spice blends are preservative-free. So there are no fillers, no anti-caking agents. They're super clean. Some of our chocolate powders and dessert sauces have a very small amount of preservative in it to preserve the integrity of the fruit.
Sure.
But I can tell you it's very minimal. We know how much we put in, and it's tiny.
Wow. So gluten-free, nut-free, Aussie-made, hand-packed on the Gold Coast. You're ticking every box here.
Thank you. Look, some of our blends, we do have, with the labelling laws, we tell how many Australian ingredients are in the product. With a lot of the spice blends, that is actually less than 10%, and that is because a lot of the herbs and spices just aren't grown here in Australia or in the form or quantities that we need to do it in bulk.
Fantastic. Now, Kylie, I met you probably 10 years ago now, and I know your partner, Jerry. Hi, Jerry, if you're listening, which you better be. Look, I know you've got this saying now, the whole eating in is the new eating out. And I love that vibe. What's your go-to Flavourista product for a cheeky at-home date night with Jerry?
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie?
Yep.
He's nodding his head at you right now, isn't he?
He requests it all the time. And the thing I do differently with my shepherd's pie, obviously I'll use a different spice blend in the shepherd's pie. I have used Russian for dinner. It's like a lovely stroganoff blend. I've used Italiano. I've used Moroccan My World. There's all different flavours.
Moroccan My World. I love it.
There's all different flavours.
That was one from Jerry, wasn't it?
It definitely was, yes. That was his.
Nice one, brother.
So you can use all the different flavours in your mince, but then what I do is I chop up roast potatoes into tiny pieces, coat them in the roasted garlic smash olive oil.
This
add a spice blend to them.
Goes on everything, doesn't it?
So they're coated in olive oil and spice blend, little tiny pieces, roast them in the oven, and then you use that as your topping instead of mashed potato. And then top it with cheese and bake it, and it's so lush and decadent, and it's just a really nice twist
good does that
on
sound?
A shepherd's pie.
I'm a podcast host and I'm lost for words. Sorry, I do like my food, everybody.
I should have brought you in some, Adam.
I always knew I was going to enjoy this one today.
Next time I make one, I'll drop a container in for lunch for you.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. All right, look, we're almost out of time, but lastly, for the newbies to Flavourista, if you had to start with just one product from your range, which one would you say, mate, you've got to try this?
Oh, it's very hard. My favourite changes all the time. Do you know what? I'd probably pick Greek Out. It's a spice blend. It's called Greek Out. It's got all the beautiful Greek flavours, mint, lemon, garlic, thyme, onion. It's an amazing blend to rub on fish, chicken. It's a great all-rounder. It's lovely, made up as a dip in a tub of Greek yogurt.
Yep.
So like a tzatziki. It is really just packs a punch with flavour. You can put it on roast potatoes, roast chicken. You can put it on halloumi. It's a great all-rounder. So I'd probably suggest that one.
Wow.
It's hard for me to pick one, but...
So Geek Out on Greek Out.
That's it.
Oh, amazing. Okay, let's do that website once again, because it sounds like everything is there that you need to know to be able to order, get involved as a Flavourista consultant, find out anything else you want to know, recipes, videos and more. What is the website? It's
flavourista.com.au. So we do, because we're a direct sales company, we do refer all of our sales to our independent sellers. So if you know an independent seller and you're listening to this, please go to them. Otherwise, just send us a contact through there. We'll reply to you in no time with a link to say, here's who you can shop with. They're local to you, or
love that.
We can hook you up with whoever you want.
I love that. Well, folks, I don't know if you're as hungry as I am right now, but look, that wraps up our flavourful chat with the amazing Kylie Burnett from Flavourista. Seriously, if your taste buds are not dancing by now, I don't know what's going to do the trick for you, because mine certainly are. Thanks, Kylie, for sharing your journey, your passion, and, of course, your flavour-packed wisdom today. Don't forget, check out Flavourista's range and maybe treat yourself or a mate to some of their top sellers. I mean, I can't choose. Go to the website, have a look. But until next time, keep your kitchens buzzing, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the My Business Podcast. Thank you, Kylie.
Thank you, Adam. That was great.
Thanks for listening to the My Business Podcast. If you want to be on our podcast, please reach out to the team on all our socials at mybusiness.pod.